Okay, so what if you have unknown occupants living in your unit and you are beginning an unlawful detainer? So if you have unnamed or unknown occupants living in a unit at the time you are commencing an unlawful detainer, you should serve each actual or potential defendant. So if you come to learn that there are unknown occupants living on your property, you may want to file a prejudgment claim of right to possession. And I'll explain what this means in a few moments. Because if you come to learn that there are other people living on the property that you did not name in your complaint, you have two options and can do either of the following, such as do nothing. Doing nothing is an option, but it's a risky option because anybody living in or on the premises who was not named in the complaint will not be legally forced to move out at the time the judge orders the named defendants to move out. So unless you can entice these unnamed defendants to move out on their own, you will have to bring a new unlawful detainer suit against them once you establish their identities, unless you had filed a prejudgment claim of right of possession, as I will discuss next. So if you file the prejudgment claim of right of possession, which is the CP 10.5 form, it's known as the prejudgment claim of right of possession. This gives any unnamed occupants living on the property an opportunity to file with the court within 10 days from the time the named defendants are served with the summons and complaint. By serving any unnamed defendants with a blank prejudgment claim of right of possession form, this gives the unnamed defendants an opportunity to inform the judge in writing that there are additional individuals living on the premises who are not currently named in the complaint. If these unnamed occupants choose not to complete and submit the blank CP 10.9 form, then these unnamed occupants will be evicted along with the other named defendants if you win a favorable judgment in court. There are some foreclosure exceptions. If you have purchased a home out of foreclosure and there are existing tenants, then different rules apply to the filing of the prejudgment claim of right of possession. There are also special service rules. So when serving the blank prejudgment claim of right of possession on unnamed defendants, not only are you, the plaintiff, barred from serving the tenants yourself, but you are also barred from using anybody other than a registered process server or sheriff to serve the unnamed occupants. So this is a special exception. Normally, you can use a professional process server or an ordinary adult who's not party to the case, who hasn't served more than 10 service of processes in the year. But when it comes to filing the blank prejudgment claim of right of possession, that is where you have to use a registered process server or sheriff. This is one of the technicalities that can trip up landlords and force them to start all over again. So beware that if in doubt, whether you can use a regular adult or a professional process server, always err on the side of the latter. Use a professional, and especially in this case.